Overview of the reproductive system: anatomy, pathology, and function. The reproductive system is a complex and essential part of the human body responsible for the production of offspring. It consists of various organs, each with distinct anatomical structures, functions, and potential pathologies. This overview provides a detailed insight into the reproductive system, its anatomy, pathology, and function. Anatomy of the reproductive system: male reproductive testes. These are the primary male reproductive organs responsible for producing sperm and the hormone testosterone. Epididymis: sperm mature and are stored in this structure, located on the posterior surface of each testis. Vas deferens: a muscular tube that transports sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. Prostate gland produces seminal fluid that nourishes and supports sperm. Seminal vesicles also produce seminal fluid, which contains nutrients for sperm. Penis: the male organ for copulation and the passage for semen and urine. Female reproductive system: ovaries produce eggs, ova, and the female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Fallopian tubes connect the ovaries to the uterus and serve as the site of fertilization. Uterus: a muscular organ where a fertilized egg implants and develops into a fetus during pregnancy. Cervix: the lower part of the uterus that connects it to the vagina. Vagina: the birth canal and a passageway for menstrual flow and sexual intercourse. Pathology of the reproductive system. Pathological conditions affecting the reproductive system can have significant medical implications. Common reproductive system pathologies include infertility, the inability to conceive a child, which can result from issues in both male and female reproductive systems. Sexually transmitted infections, infections such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis can damage the reproductive organs and cause infertility. Endometriosis, a condition where endometrial tissue grows outside the uterus, causing pain and potential infertility. Polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS), a hormonal disorder that can lead to irregular periods, infertility, and other health problems. Prostate cancer, a common cancer in men, which can affect the prostate gland and may require surgical removal. Cervical cancer, often linked to human papillomavirus (HPV) infection, leading to abnormal cell growth in the cervix. Function of the reproductive system. The primary function of the reproductive system is to ensure the perpetuation of the human species. It accomplishes this through various essential functions: gamete production. The system produces gamete sperm in males, eggs in females necessary for fertilization. Fertilization: the fusion of a sperm and an egg typically occurs in the fallopian tubes, resulting in the formation of a zygote. Pregnancy and gestation: a fertilized egg implants in the uterus, where it develops into a fetus during pregnancy. Hormone regulation: the reproductive system regulates the production of sex hormones that influence secondary sexual characteristics, menstrual cycles, and pregnancy. Sexual function: it facilitates the sexual intercourse, allowing for the transfer of sperm into the female reproductive tract. The reproductive system relies on a complex interplay of hormones that regulate various processes, from gamete sperm and egg production to pregnancy and childbirth. These hormones are produced by different organs within the male and female reproductive systems, as well as the pituitary and hypothalamus in the brain. Here is an overview of the key hormones involved in the reproductive system. Male reproductive system. Testosterone. This primary male sex hormone is produced in the testes. Testosterone is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics, such as facial hair, deepening of the voice, and muscle growth. It also plays a crucial role in the production of sperm. Follicle-stimulating hormone FSH, secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. FSH stimulates the production of spermatogenesis in the testes. Luteinizing hormone LH, also released by the anterior pituitary. LH triggers the production of testosterone in the testes. and is essential for the maturation and release of sperm. Female reproductive system, estrogen, produced primarily in the ovaries. Estrogen is responsible for the development of female secondary sexual characteristics, including breast development and regulation of the menstrual cycle. It is critical for the maturation of eggs, oocytes, and the thickening of the uterine lining. Progesterone, the corpus luteum, a temporary structure formed in the ovary after ovulation, produces progesterone. It plays a central role in preparing the uterine lining for implantation of a fertilized egg and maintaining pregnancy if conception occurs. Follicle-stimulating hormone FSH. In females, FSH stimulates the growth and maturation of ovarian follicles, each containing an immature egg and is essential for the menstrual cycle. Luteinizing hormone LH. LH triggers ovulation, the release of a mature egg from the ovary. It also stimulates the corpus luteum to produce progesterone. Human chorionic gonadotropin HCG. After fertilization, HCG is produced by the developing placenta and sustains the corpus luteum, ensuring a continued supply of progesterone during early pregnancy. Prolactin, produced by the anterior pituitary gland. Prolactin stimulates breast milk production in pregnant and lactating women. Oxytocin, this hormone, produced in the hypothalamus and released by the posterior pituitary, plays a role in uterine contractions during childbirth and milk ejection during breastfeeding. The intricate balance of these hormones ensures that the female reproductive system functions harmoniously, leading to ovulation, fertilization, and, in the case of conception, pregnancy. The male reproductive system relies on hormones like testosterone, FSH, and LH to support sperm production and maintain sexual characteristics. This delicate hormonal interplay is essential for human reproduction and overall reproductive health. The pathophysiology of the male reproductive system refers to the study of abnormal or diseased states and the underlying mechanisms that can affect the function of the male reproductive organs and processes. Various conditions can impact the male reproductive system, leading to issues with fertility, sexual function, and overall reproductive health. Here are some key aspects of the pathophysiology of the male reproductive system. Hormonal imbalances. Hormonal disruptions can lead to issues in the male reproductive system. For example, low levels of testosterone can result in hypogonadism, leading to decreased sperm production, reduced libido, and changes in secondary sexual characteristics. Erectile dysfunction. ED is the inability to achieve or maintain an erection sufficient for sexual intercourse. It can be caused by various factors, including vascular problems, nerve damage, psychological issues, or underlying medical conditions. Infertility in men can be due to several factors, including low sperm count oligospermia, poor sperm motility, or abnormal sperm morphology. Causes of male infertility include varicocele, hormonal imbalances, infections, genetic factors, and lifestyle choices, e.g., smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. Varicocele. A varicocele is an enlargement of the veins within the scrotum. It can increase testicular temperature, leading to decreased sperm production and quality. Infections in the male reproductive system, such as epididymitis or orchitis, can damage the testicles and interfere with sperm production. Obstructions in the male reproductive tract, such as blockages in the vas deferens, can prevent the release of sperm during ejaculation. Testicular torsion. Testicular torsion is a painful condition where the spermatic cord twists, cutting off blood supply to the testicle. This can lead to testicular damage and, if not treated promptly, infertility. Prostataprobomes, conditions such as prostatitis or benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH), can affect the prostate gland, leading to urinary and sexual function issues. Testicular cancer. Testicular cancer is a relatively rare but serious condition that can affect the testicles. It often presents as a painless lump in the scrotum. Ejaculatory disorders. Disorders like premature ejaculation or retrograde ejaculation, where semen enters the bladder instead of being expelled from the penis, can affect fertility and sexual function. Genetic and chromosomal abnormalcy. Certain genetic conditions, such as Klinefelter syndrome, can result in reproductive system abnormalities and infertility. Understanding the pathophysiology of these conditions is crucial for accurate diagnosis, treatment, and management. In many cases, medical interventions, lifestyle changes, and therapeutic approaches can address or mitigate these issues to improve male reproductive health and fertility. Early detection and intervention are key to effectively managing and treating disorders of the male reproductive system. Sperm production and ejaculation involve a series of anatomical structures and processes that occur in a specific order. Here's an overview of the anatomical order of sperm production and ejaculation. Sperm production. Testes. Sperm production begins in the testes, which are the male gonads located in the scrotum. The testes contain numerous tiny coil tubes called seminiferous tubules, where spermatozoa sperm are produced through a process called spermatogenesis. Epididymis. After being produced in the seminiferous tubules, immature sperm move into the epididymis, a tightly coiled tube located on the posterior surface of each testis. Here, sperm undergo maturation and gain the ability to swim and fertilize an egg. The epididymis also serves as a storage site for sperm. Vas deferens. The vas deferens, also known as the ductus deferens, is a muscular tube that extends from the epididymis through the spermatic cord. It serves as a passageway for sperm to travel from the epididymis to the urethra during ejaculation. Ejaculation. Seminal vesicles. These paired glands located near the base of the bladder secrete a significant portion of the seminal fluid. The seminal vesicle fluid contains fructose, which provides energy for the sperm, and other substances that enhance sperm motility and protect them from the acidic environment of the female reproductive tract. Prostate gland. The prostate gland surrounds the urethra just below the bladder. It secretes a milky, alkaline fluid that makes up a significant portion of seminal fluid. This fluid helps neutralize the acidity of the male and female reproductive tracts, providing a more favorable environment for sperm survival and motility. Cowper's bulbourethral glands. These small glands located near the base of the penis secrete a clear, slippery fluid that helps lubricate the urethra and prepare it for the passage of sperm. Urethra. The urethra is a duct that runs through the penis. It serves a dual function in males, allowing the passage of both urine and semen. During ejaculation, the urethra carries semen from the reproductive structures to the external environment. External genitalia penis. The penis is the male organ used for sexual intercourse. During ejaculation, it expels semen from the urethra and into the female reproductive tract. Ejaculation process. During sexual arousal, the sperm move from the epididymis into the vas deferens. When a man reaches orgasm, the muscles of the vas deferens contract, propelling sperm into the urethra. Simultaneously, the seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and Cowper's glands release their fluids into the urethra, mixing with the sperm to form semen. The combined fluid is then expelled from the body through the penis, in a process known as ejaculation. Understanding the anatomical order of sperm production and ejaculation is essential in the context of reproductive health and fertility. Each structure and process plays a critical role in the production and transport of sperm, ultimately contributing to the potential for fertilization. The process of ovum-egg production to fertilization involves a series of anatomical structures and processes within the female reproductive system. Here's an overview of the anatomical order of ovum production to fertilization. Ovum production. Ovaries. The ovaries are the primary female reproductive organs responsible for ovum production. Within the ovaries, a large number of immature eggs, called oocytes, are present at birth. Ovaries release one mature egg each month during the menstrual cycle in a process called ovulation. Ovarian follicles. Ovarian follicles are tiny sacs within the ovaries that contain developing oocytes. Each month, under the influence of hormonal signals, one follicle matures and the oocyte within it undergoes meiosis, resulting in a single mature ovum. Fallopian tubes. After ovulation, the mature ovum is released from the ovary and enters the fallopian tube, which is also known as the uterine tube. This is where fertilization typically occurs. The fallopian tube has finger-like projections called fimbriae that capture the egg and transport it towards the uterus. Fertilization. Sperm entry. Fertilization begins with the entry of sperm into the female reproductive tract, typically through sexual intercourse. The sperm, which carry the male genetic material, swim through the cervix, uterus, and into the fallopian tube in search of the egg. Fertilization in the fallopian tube. If a sperm successfully penetrates the mature ovum in the fallopian tube, fertilization occurs. This process results in the formation of a zygote, which is a single cell containing genetic material from both the male sperm and female egg contributors. Early embryo formation. After fertilization, the zygote begins to divide through a series of cell divisions, forming an embryo. As it continues to divide, it moves along the fallopian tube toward the uterus. Implantation. The embryo eventually reaches the uterus and attaches itself to the uterine lining, a process known as implantation. This is where the embryo will develop and receive nourishment from the mother's body. Development and pregnancy. Over the course of pregnancy, the embryo develops into a fetus. The developing fetus is nourished through the placenta, an organ formed during pregnancy, and continues to grow and mature until birth. Understanding the anatomical order of ovum production to fertilization is essential in the context of human reproduction and fertility. The successful interaction of the male and female reproductive systems and the precise timing of these processes are crucial for the formation of a new human life. The reproductive system plays a crucial role in the survival of the human species, contributing to genetic diversity and the continuation of life. Understanding its anatomy, potential pathologies, and functions is vital for overall health and well-being.